Tonight on Cronkite News, the NASCAR Cup Series came to a thrilling end this weekend at the Phoenix Raceway.
Plus, future MLB prospects went toe-to-toe in an all-star game and a Dinger Derby.
And over 100 years later, the plans to honor the nation's first female soldiers. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Nash Dara.
And I'm Ann Perry. Thank you for joining us.
The NASCAR Cup Series Championship brought fans to their feet at the Phoenix Raceway this weekend. With high-speed action and intense competition, the race did not disappoint.
Kobe Van Nort was there in Avondale to capture all the excitement.
Phoenix Raceway buzzed with anticipation as fans gathered for the NASCAR season finale. The atmosphere was electric, setting the stage for a memorable race day. Team Penske's Joey Logano took the checkered flag and won the season's final race, sealing a career-defining victory. But the real celebration began when he stepped out of the car.
First 20, 30 minutes of when you get out of the car, that is what you do this for. The moment of seeing, my wife and kids come up, that's the best. That's literally, that's why we do it.
Joey Logano's victory not only marked his third Cup Series championship, but was also a statement for the entire Penske team, silencing critics who doubted their place in the playoffs, especially after the intense showdown with teammate Ryan Blaney in the final laps.
Come to the playoff time, all of our employees have to sit around and listen to people saying that we suck and we don't deserve to be here and why are they in the playoffs and all that. And we've won the last 3 championships. So
the win was a proud moment for the entire Penske organization, a testament to the dedication and hard work of everyone involved. Team Penske has a long tradition of success, and this championship was another highlight in an already impressive season.
We have 74,000 people that tomorrow are going to be just climbing the walls with happiness because of the success. That's what I'm in it for. It's not another race. It is, but it isn't. It's about being able to show our people and our partners, what kind of company we are. So this certainly helps.
With that, Joey Logano wins his third championship here in Avondale as the NASCAR season wraps up. Fans only wait with excitement for next year's season. In Arizona, Kobe Van Nort, Cronkite News.
Team Penske's success in the championship race wraps up a memorable NASCAR season. The 2025 campaign kicks off February 2nd in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
The Diamondbacks have something to be proud of as one of their star players has been nominated for a prestigious award. Second baseman Ketel Marte was named a finalist for the National League MVP award. Number 4 struck gold nearly every at-bat and was a huge part of his team's success. The final results for the MVP vote will be revealed on November 21st. Last night, the Valley Suns had their first home game of the season at Mullet Arena, and they did not disappoint. The Valley Suns took on the Stockton Kings, and it was all Suns from the jump. Jalen Bridges and Phoenix native Ty Washington controlled the pace of the game and won the first 3 quarters with a total of 45 combined points. The duo held off the Kings' fourth quarter push and went on to win 108-100.
Over the weekend, the Arizona Fall League hosted their 18th Fall Stars game at Sloan Park, where fans enjoyed a showcase of future MLB superstars. Our Cronkite News reporter Stella Tai has more on this annual festival.
Home Run Derby kicked off the Fall Stars actions in Mesa Friday night. Brewer slugger Brock Wilkins set a record by hammering 14 home runs to start the show, later finishing the championship round with 9. But Gary Martin from the Yankees blasted 3 homers in the final 15 seconds. His last shot upset Wilkins by 1, crowning him the 2024 Derby winner.
I actually didn't know I had won until I heard him say it over the speakers, because you don't really have time to sit there and watch them when you're hitting them. So I don't know what went out, what didn't. So I hit that last one, and I thought it was actually at 9. I thought we were going to swing off.
The competition continued on Saturday as the National League broke the game open with 5 runs in the top of the second. American League chased it from behind and tied it at 5, but Tigers catcher Tyrone Lorenzo ended the deadlock with a game-winning bomb in the top of the 9th inning, earning him the MVP. The 2-day events left an unforgettable memory to every participant.
It's awesome because, pretty good chances that you're going to play some of these guys or be on the same all-star team as them in the future. So it's cool to start the relationships now.
To closely emulate Major League Baseball and let the prospects experience the feeling of the Midsummer Classic, the league has organized a Fall Stars game since 2006, and this year is merely the third time when we see the Home Run Derby in the Fall League.
I was just excited and grateful to get a chance to come down and play in the Fall League, and then getting invited to do the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game just made it more special for me.
The Arizona Fall League is about to come to an end with only 3 days left prior to the 2-day postseason. In Mesa, Stella Tai, Cronkite News.
Super Bowl champion Malcolm Mitchell is on a mission to inspire kids on the importance of reading. The former Patriots wide receiver brought his love for reading to San Marcos Elementary in Chandler recently. Mitchell says growing up, football came naturally to him, but reading did not. But he found a passion for it in college when he played for the University of Georgia. The football star excelled on the field, but not in the classroom. It was then he realized that reading can not only help you in academics, but also in life. This is why he became a passionate advocate on the importance of literacy with the foundation called Share the Magic.
The impact that I hope that the books, the partnerships, and the foundation has is I want to encourage people. I want to help them understand, if they don't already, that they are capable of amazing things, that they are of value, that their opinions, their thoughts, they mean something.
Coming up next, a brother and sister duo are taking over the 4-H scene.
That's right, the 6th generation of the Campa family have been doing their last name justice. 15 and 10-year-old Faith and Bronson are in charge of prepping farm animals 10 times their size. Find out more on their story of success after the break.
On the horizon, the valley is going to be cooler.
I grew up in a small border town, and water was really important to us. Without enough water, we can't farm, we can't eat, we can't live. And the way we're doing it right now, straight up doesn't have a future. I went to ASU because this is a place where you solve problems. With vertical farming, we can grow the same amount of food with 95% less water than traditional farming. The work I'm doing at ASU is changing the way I look at the world.
Innovation at the Walter Cronkite School is pushing the boundaries of traditional journalism.
Storytelling has evolved over the years. This is part of that evolution.
Students in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Lab are using emerging technology to create scenes in augmented and virtual reality, coding playable games, and bringing the audience into the story.
They're only limited by their imagination and their willingness to learn.
Find out more at cronkite.asu.edu.
Welcome back to Cronkite News. Arizona resident Stephen Alker secured the season-long Charles Schwab Cup points title at Phoenix Country Club over the weekend.
That's right, Nash. The New Zealander finished second in the final tournament of the PGA Tour Champions season, which was enough to clinch the overall points race. Two-time Masters champion Bernhard Langer sank a 30-foot birdie putt on the 18th in the actual tournament on Sunday. However, Alker's second-place finish was still enough to secure the season-long Charles Schwab Cup title. Reflecting on his achievement, he couldn't be happier about winning the prestigious Points Race Cup in his home state.
Everybody out and friends and family, what we're playing for, going in number 2. I knew, you win it, you win the lot. So that was the goal for the weekend. I was defending champ too, so there was extra bonuses there if I did win.
Another local competition that sees a lot of Arizonans in the hunt for prizes is the annual State Fair Livestock Competition.
Cronkite News reporter Blake Neiman caught up with a brother and sister who are sure to take home some blue ribbons every year.
Minutes before showtime at the Arizona State Fair, You have to make sure that your steers are being fed and watered every hour.
Bronson and Faith Campa are frantically getting their animals ready to enter the ring.
You blow them out with the blow dryer, you take them to the wash rack, you wash them, then you blow them out again. Then you fit them where you pull up their hair and you make them look all fluffy.
In the show ring, the two siblings aged 10 and 15 command these near 1,000-pound beasts to give the judges a good look. And the judges often like what they see, with the brother and sister having won over 100 4-H competitions, including Best in Show in the steer and turkey categories at this year's state fair.
You get to raise them for about a year, and it's been really, really fun.
But this labor of ag love stretches beyond the crowded stalls of the state fair to a farm rooted in generations of work. The Campas have an agricultural footprint in Kingman, Arizona, dating back nearly a century.
I'm a fifth-generation rancher here in Mojave County, so I've been raised in the agricultural livestock industry my entire life.
My grandfather always said that this is the best place in the world.
The brother and sister continue the family work with the tangible benefits.
It's important that we continue to produce good quality food,
often leading to the intangible.
Responsibility, attention to detail, honor, integrity. There's a lot of life lessons that it teaches.
We're working cattle 24/7 together, so we work pretty good together most of the time. We have our moments, but most of the time they're pretty good.
And pretty good is actually great for family dynamics.
We get to do it as a team. We're a team, and we do whatever it takes to get it done.
Can you feed her hay?
When Faith is feeding the animals, Bronson steps up to help clean, the meal before. And while Bronson's busy drying off one calf, sister and mom are already washing the next one.
My whole family's in it, that we all do it together.
Once all the preparation for a show is done, the Campas corral all the livestock into a trailer, lock it up, and hit the road.
There's times we come through the valley, Phoenix, and it's 120 plus degrees.
Sometimes they get a little rowdy because the back seat's only so big for the both of us, so...
But when the siblings receive that Best in Show ribbon, it makes them appreciate the journey it took to get here.
It definitely pays off, all the hard work and everything.
That's important, that these kids have good memories and they can look back and say, I had a really good childhood and I'm successful because of it.
I think every parent will say the toughest struggle and stress is being a parent, but at the end of the day, when we're in the barn, it's about rewarding.
And the Campas will continue to reap life's rewards in the barn and beyond. In Kingman and Phoenix, Blake Neiman, Cronkite News.
Well, the state fair may be over, but the fall-like weather is great for getting outdoors.
Amon Abraham joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with what we can expect this week.
Yes, let's go ahead and take a look into these evening temperatures. As we can see, we're finally taking a dip into those 60-degree temperatures. By 10 p.m., it'll be 61 degrees, which is already a 10-degree difference from 6 p.m. today. So if you are going to be outside, you might want to bring a jacket. It'll be a little chilly. Now let's take a look into tomorrow's low temperatures. As we can see, it is starting to be very cold up north. As we can see, it'll be 18 to 19 degrees in the Grand Canyon, and it'll be 52 in Phoenix. So we are starting to see really nice low temperatures here in the valley. Now let's take a look into those high temperatures. As we can see, it will be 79 degrees here in Phoenix. However, it'll be a nice 57 degrees up in Flagstaff. Now let's take a look into our futurecast. As we can see, there's not a whole lot of movement going on in Phoenix specifically. However, we will see a little bit of activity over by California. Now let's take a look into the rest of the week and see what we have. Now, as we can see, we will see some low temperatures leading into the weekend. It'll be 79 on Wednesday, which is really nice, cool temperatures. But let's take a look into the rest of the week. So on Saturday and Sunday, we will see that it will be a nice 65 degrees on Saturday with a little bit of cloud coverage, and on Sunday it'll even be 67. Now as we lead into the rest of the week, we will see some really low temperatures, way below average, with 44 to 43 degree temperatures for the low, when on this time of year it should be around 55 degrees for the low and even 78 for the high. So as we see, we'll see some 60 degree temperatures leading into next week. So it will be pretty cold. So if you are looking for some jackets, I'd recommend bringing some in. I'm Iman Abraham, Cronkite's Weather Center. Back to you guys.
We are 1 week post-Election Day, and some races in Arizona are still too close to call.
Coming up, we'll tell you how the state Senate and House are looking in Arizona, and who is making their way to Washington, D.C.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome back. I'm Ryan Posesnik with your top headlines. Arizona is one of the last states to finalize election results, but most of the races have now been called, including the Senate race. Alyssa Firestone is here to give up the most up-to-date information.
With more than 3 million ballots counted across the state, according to the Secretary of State's office, we have a good sense of who will be representing us in Washington. Monday night, it was confirmed that Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego has won the Senate race, beating Republican Carrie Lake, and becoming Arizona's first Latino U.S. Senator. In a thank you speech to his supporters late Monday night, he believes Arizonans are in agreement over what they want for themselves and for the Senate.
What I've learned from every part of the state, from Democrats, Republicans, Independents, is that we all just want a better life for ourselves and the ability to give our kids the best possible future that they could have. So that's exactly what I'm going to fight for in the Senate.
Let's take a look at two congressional races that were tight. Republican Representative David Schweikert won re-election in the state's competitive Congressional District 1, beating Democrat Amish Shah 51% to 48%. In Congressional District 2, the incumbent Republican Eli Crane also declared the winner against Democrat Jonathan Nez 54% to 45%. Results for Congressional District 6 in southern Arizona are still on standby. So far, U.S. Republican Representative Juan Ciscomani is leading Kirsten Engel by almost 5,000 votes, with more than 60,000 votes to count in Pinal County. As it stands, now Arizona will have 5 Republicans and 3 Democrats representing us in the House, with 1 race outstanding and 2 Democrats in the Senate. At the touchscreen, Alyssa Firestone, Cronkite News.
Thank you, Alyssa. There are some changes coming to the state Senate and House. In the state Senate, Republicans won 5 out of the 6 competitive state Senate seats, increasing their majority to 17 seats compared to the Democrats' 13. These numbers could change as we are still waiting for the final results from District 17. At the time of this recording, Democratic Senate candidate John McClain is trailing Republican Senate candidate Vince Leach by less than 1,600 votes. In the state House, the Democrats won only 4 out of the 14 competitive state House seats. The Republicans expand their majority by 2 to 33 members. At the time of this recording, Democrats are leading by less than 1,000 votes in 2 of those state House seats, so we could see those numbers change. Yasamin Ansari and Abe Hamadeh are part of the newly elected members of the House, most of whom were in Washington today for new member orientation. Orientation includes everything from instruction on committees and voting procedures to a lottery for offices and even tours of Congress to show new members where the bathrooms are. This year, new members got an app for orientation preloaded on their House-issued cell phones. Despite only just being declared the winner last night, Ruben Gallego has been invited to Senate orientation, which also started today. It's been a week since the election, and President-elect Donald Trump is already building his administration. It seems so far his second administration will be filled with aides and allies from his 2024 campaign. Trump will nominate former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee to be the ambassador to Israel. Florida Representative Mike Waltz will serve as the National Security Advisor. New York Representative Elise Stefanik will serve as the United Nations Ambassador. And fellow New York Representative Lee Zeldin is Trump's pick for the Environmental Protection Agency. A 106 years after World War I ended, Congress may soon issue a posthumous gold medal for the nation's first female soldiers. These were hundreds of women who worked as telephone operators near the front lines. Macy Markham reports grandchildren of these Hello Girls gathered on Veterans Day at the newly opened World War I Memorial in Washington.
This is my grandmother right here. That's Grace Banker.
Carolyn Timby's grandmother was chief operator of more than 200 American women deployed to France as switchboard operators during World War I.
What took the average doughboy to connect a call over in France about 60 seconds, the women were able to do in 10 seconds. A total of 26 million calls were connected while they were over there for they were there for about 20 months.
These women worked as close to the front as commanding generals, close enough to be issued gas masks and helmets. They were the first women to serve in the U.S. Army and swore the Army oath in military uniforms, but the government did not recognize them as veterans until 1977.
My grandmother was proud to serve her nation as a soldier in World War I. But when she died in 1945, she did not receive any veterans recognition or benefits, and was laid to rest in an unmarked grave in Fort Lincoln Cemetery at Brentwood, Maryland, about 5 miles from where we sit right now.
The Senate voted unanimously in September to honor these Hello Girls with a Congressional Gold Medal, the nation's highest civilian award. Timby and Borgen are hopeful that with the help of the Doughboy Foundation, the House will finalize the bill in coming weeks and give their grandmothers long overdue recognition.
We are trying to get a Congressional Gold Medal for the Hello Girls, for these fabulous women of World War I. And we have gotten the Senate vote already, and now we're working on the House. We actually have all the co-sponsors in the House, and we're ready to move that to the House floor for a vote.
Women now serve in every branch of the military and make up nearly 20% of active duty members. In Washington, Macy Markham, Cronkite News.
When former President Jimmy Carter recognized the Hello Girls as veterans in 1977, only 18 of the original 233 were still alive. That's it for your top local and national headlines. Sending it back to Nash and Ann.
Coming up next, 4 people found themselves in a dicey situation in the Atlantic Ocean.
Luckily for them, they were saved thanks to a swift response from an unlikely source. On Sunday around 8:30 a.m., the U.S. Coast Guard received a call that a 50-foot catamaran was in distress off the coast of Bermuda. A gasket failure caused the ship to begin taking on water. We'll have more after the break.
I grew up in a small border town, and water was really important to us. Without enough water, we can't farm, we can't eat, we can't live. And the way we're doing it right now, straight up doesn't have a future. I went to ASU because this is a place where you solve problems. With vertical farming, we can grow the same amount of food with 95% less water than traditional farming. The work I'm doing at ASU is changing the way I look at the world.
Innovation at the Walter Cronkite School is pushing the boundaries of traditional journalism.
Storytelling has evolved over the years. This is part of that evolution.
Students in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Lab are using emerging technology to create scenes in augmented and virtual reality, coding playable games, and bringing the audience into the story.
They're only limited by their imagination and their willingness to learn.
Find out more at cronkite.asu.edu.
A Disney cruise ship was forced to make an unexpected venture while sailing to its new home in Port Canaveral, Florida.
The ship and crew provided life-saving support near Bermuda. The brand new Disney Treasure cruise ship rescued 4 people from a sinking boat off of the coast of Bermuda. Sunday morning, the cruise ship responded to a broadcast from the Coast Guard that informed them of a boat in distress 80 miles away from them. The cruise ship launched one of its small boats and was able to successfully rescue all 4 members on board.
That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Nash Dara.
And I'm Ann Perry. Thank you for joining us. And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.